It's Wednesday. It's 8 o'clock, and you have landed on Let's Talk News. I'm your host, Leticia Remauro, and we've got lots to talk about today. Um, how many women here are married and have managed to figure out how to change the name on their driver's license? Um, Raise your hand if you were able to do that. I'd be very, very interested in knowing. Hello, Debbie. How are you? Good to have you. Hello, Francine. Good to have you too. Um, there seems to be this big brouhaha going on in the Democrat Party that us women are not smart enough or capable enough that when we get married and choose to take our spouse's name, that we can't change our the name on our driver's license. And I guess that goes for, gay couples too. I just don't know, you know, who would be the one that was too stupid to figure it out. So, yeah, the Democrats seem to think that, it was bad enough when they thought that Black people couldn't figure out how to get an ID. But now that Black people have said, hello, I have an ID and stop making me out to be too stupid to get one. Now the Democrats have decided to pick on women and tell us that we are too stupid to figure out how to get an ID or how to change our name once we're married. So let me know if you've ever had any problem changing your name on your driver's license or getting a replacement driver's license or any of that stuff. I guess that they're used to their women, the stupid liberal women who can't figure out what's going on. Maybe it's them they're talking about. Hello, Lucille Chavone. Lucille, you're married. Did you have a hard time getting a new driver's license in your married name or any ID in your married name, I wonder? Well, so the SAVE Act actually passed the House. Uh, Here's Gloria. How are you? See, now Gloria has three names. Scadera Johnson. Gloria, when you got married and changed your name, were you able to get your ID in your married name? The Democrats seem to think that we're too stupid or lazy to figure that out. Hello, Angela Ricca. How are you? Hello, Karen. How are you? Uh, Never had a hard time, huh? Interesting. I didn't either. But so maybe it's just the stupid Democrat women. Maybe Democrat women are too stupid to get their ID, and that's what the problem is. Is that the Democrats think that all women are stupid. They just don't realize that the conservative women and maybe the independent women are brighter than the women who are registered in their party. I don't know. I can't figure it out. But anyway, the SAVE Act passed the House. SAVE Act is the legislation that would require people to have a driver's license and birth certificate to be able to vote in a federal election. Look.
On this vote, the yeas are 216, the nays are 215. The resolution is adopted. Without objection.
You know who that one Republican who voted against it was? Take a guess. Anybody? Take a guess. Take a guess. I want to make a trade with the Democrats for this guy. Yeah. I even recently had my name corrected on my birth certificate. Wow. Look at you. You must be a genius woman, Francine. That's what you must be because you figured that out on your own, or did a man help you? Maybe you called Schumer's office and maybe one of the men's there helped you. Well, look at the liberal women out there. That tells you it all the white liberals. Yeah, it's the truth. Yeah, no problem at all, huh? Oh, yeah. Good evening, Kevin. How are you? We're making fun of the fact that the liberal women can't seem to be able to get it together to be able to get a driver's license in their married name, according to Chuck Schumer. No, it wasn't Rand Paul. It was Paul Massey. And the man doesn't vote for anything, and I have no idea why he is even sitting in Congress. I think he needs to go. He's ridiculous. This generation thinks everything is hard, so they do nothing and play on the computer. You know what? I never even thought of that, but you're right. You're absolutely right. They think everything is hard. So, oh, I got to go. I got to go down to the DMV. Oh, my God, I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, it's just all bullshit. So listen here. I know that I've shown this in the past, but another poll is out about voter ID and listen.
ID to vote, and the American people are with Nicki Minaj, because what are we talking about here? So take a look here. Favor voter ID to vote. Look, I got all this polling on the screen going back since 2018. You'll notice on all of it, it's all north of 75%, 76%, 76%, 76%, 81%, and then 83% in the last year of Americans agree with Nicki Minaj. They favor photo ID to be able to vote.
What about by party? What's the party breakdown?
Yeah, normally you might expect, hey, there'd be a big divide by party with Republicans really for it and Democrats really against it. But not really here. I mean, just take a look here. Favor photo ID to vote. You got 95% of Republicans, pretty much all of them, but even 71% of Democrats favor photo ID to vote. So again, Nicki Minaj posting that on X, and what you see is that the American people, actually, it's not really all that controversial. The American people are with Nicki Minaj, whether they are Republican or even if they are Democrats. We're talking about 7 in 10 Democrats agreeing with Nicki Minaj that you, in fact, should show a photo ID to vote.
Imagine that. Imagine that even Democrats. But did you notice the big jump in 24 and 25? Because after Biden let all those people into the country, did you see that the percentage 76, 76, 76, and then it jumped to 83 and then to 85? People aren't stupid. People aren't stupid. At least conservative people aren't stupid, and independent people aren't stupid. I cannot, I'd like to say that the majority of Democrats aren't stupid, but the woke, they are absolute morons. They are useful idiots. The woke are just morons. Hello, Andrew Dorman. How are you? I got a notice in the mail today not to forget to register Democrat to vote. Wow. Interesting. When I was the executive director for Victory 2000, I sent out registration forms. They were pre-checked off Republican. If you wanted to change your registration to Republican, just send this form on in. And the New York Times wrote a big story about how I was trying to fool people to become Republicans. I guess even back then, they didn't think that people could read. Hello, Bill Young. How are you? So good to see you. 29576 in the house. And say hi to Bill Young, all my friends. Bill Young does a roll call of all of his zip codes, all of his friends in different zip codes. Hello there, Professor. Good to have you here tonight. The left cater to the 3% and their special interest groups. True Americans know the deal. Yeah. Hi, Susan. How are you? Yep. And there we are. 07002077719. Good to have you, Billy. And everybody drop your zip code in the chat here. And if you want to go say hi to Billy on his page, like him, add him, give him a friend request. This is a good man. All right. So anyway, let's listen. He's a good man. You want to hear the guy that's pandering to the morons? This is Chuck Schumer. This is Chuck Schumer talking about the SAVE Act. Now listen carefully.
Schumer, this talk about election security has revived discussions of the SAVE Act, which you have said you oppose. Proponents of it say that it's, to have ID, you have to prove U.S. citizenship to be able to vote. Though some of the claims they make, to be clear, are overstated. We know there's not widespread election fraud. But polling does suggest, there's a new Pew Research poll that 95% of Republicans, but also 71% of Democrats like this idea. So why do you not?
It's Jim Crow 2.0. And I called it Jim Crow 2.0, and the right wing went nuts all over the internet. That's because they know it's true. What they're trying to do here is the same thing that was done in the South for decades to prevent people of color from voting. For instance, if you change, you're a woman who got married and changed your last name, you won't be able to show ID and you'll be discriminated against. If you can't find a birth certificate or a proper ID, you'll be discriminated against. This is vicious and nasty. And I said to our Republican colleagues, it will not pass the Senate. You will not get a single Democratic vote in the Senate.
So he's an idiot. He's an absolute idiot. So women can't get ID, right? Look, we have so many people putting their zip codes in to welcome Bill Young to the show. Oh, I love that. Good zip codes, yeah. And here's my favorite, my buddy Ed Pawson. We got out of New York just in time. 34211-5516. He's even got the four numbers after. I still don't know my four numbers after. I love when all my friends get together and have fun. Eat crow, Chuck Schumer. Yeah, he's getting his ass kicked on that. 10306. Okay, so remember what Schumer said. It is vicious, and you can't vote if you don't have ID, and it's against blacks and women. Yeah, but we're having another debate in Congress right now, and listen to what Schumer says about these people needing ID.
We need to tighten the rules governing the use of warrants and require ICE's coordination with state and local law enforcement. Second, we want to enforce accountability. There needs to be a uniform code of conduct and accountability. We want masks off, body cameras on. Federal agents must be prohibited from wearing masks. They must be required to use body cameras, and they also always have to carry proper identification. No more anonymous agents, no more secret operatives.
Okay. So ICE agents are expected to have ID, but the rest of Americans, they're not, right? So I guess they're super smart. ICE agents, because they can get their ID, they can get their married name on their ID, right? According to Chuck. How hypocritical. So the fact that they're wearing something that says police, and they're all outfitted, and that's not ID enough. But we don't need any ID to choose the effing president of the United States. For that, we don't need ID. I don't know. Blows my mind. Notice Hakeem is always behind Schumer. Oh, yeah. It's just ridiculous. Why is he still there? Well, because Hakeem is actually pulling his strings. Hakeem has become the messenger or the messenger of Congress, of the Democrat Congress now. He's the one writing all the messages, all the scripts. They think he's some sort of a guru. Let's see. Who writes his speeches? No, Hakeem Jeffries does. And they all have to read. Not one of them can speak extemporaneously. Tell protesters no masks allowed. Yeah, that would be something else, right? And that they have to carry ID. Does the 25th Amendment apply to him? No, unfortunately. I mean, I think there is a way to remove senators and House members, but it wouldn't be with the 25th Amendment. That's only for the president, I believe. That's done internally. That's done. The Senate members can get rid of another Senate member. What happened to what's his face? George Santos. They got rid of him. UCMJ chuckles has gone military. Oh my God, that's true. That's so true. Let's see. All voters can get it with a trace on a driver's license, but genuine process is the question, in my opinion. Listen, I agree. That's why they want a driver's license and a birth certificate, because right now, migrants can get driver's license in certain states. So even though that they're not citizens. So, and that's where the motor voter comes in. And that's what the problem is, right? Because with motor voter, it used to be that you got a driver's license, then you automatically got enrolled into voting, which still is the case. The problem is that migrants have been slipping through the cracks because there's really no way to check. And I've been saying that for years. The state does not have access to the Social Security database. So those 4 numbers of your Social Security number, the last 4, that's for no reason. You can fill out any number. I guarantee you can fill out any number and go to DMV and they will give you a driver's license. They absolutely will. How about the mass shooting in the Canadian school, another trans? Yeah, well, let's talk about it. Tell me what you know about it. I don't know a lot about it. I just heard. My husband told me it was a man transitioning to be a woman, and I said, and I mean this, that it's just going to show that these hormones that they're giving women, the hormones in birth control, I think has a lot to do with what's going on with this craziness that white liberal females are experiencing. I think that these hormones are driving people crazy. Your body is not made to have an overdose of a hormone that it doesn't naturally produce. And I think we're seeing that. I mean, look at testosterone. Too much testosterone, you go crazy, right? You get roid rage. So we have a problem. We have a problem in this country, not only in this country, around the world with this transformer issue. So to be clear, the SAVE Act passed in the House, but not the Senate. Do you think it will? Okay, so listen, here's what we need to do. I'm going to put it up here. We need to call these senators, okay? Bill Cassidy from Louisiana, Susan Collins from Maine, John Curtis from Utah, Mitch McConnell from Kentucky. Why is he still there? I thought he was gone. Lisa Murkowski, Tim Scott, who's my own Tim Scott. I don't know why we need to call him. He better vote yes, but I'm going to call him. John Thune, of course, and Tom Tillis. This is the list of the people that Elon Musk thinks we need to call. So I would call. Or you can go online and you can aggressively email them. I think calling is better. I think it gets you a little further. But that's the list that they put together for the people who have to call. We should call. With all the hormones we experience as women, why would a man want to go through that? Menopause is a killer or be killed part of life. Ask my husband. No, I'm with you. I said the same thing. I mean, it's no picnic being a woman. There's all kinds of crap, that we have to go through in our bodies, whether we have children or not. And, to want to do that to your body, oh man. Yeah, remember that was our punishment from God. Excuses for killing people is despicable and unacceptable. It sure is. So here's the voice of reason in the Democrat Party. There is one senator that Chuck Schumer said they're not going to get one vote, but apparently there's one that will vote.
And now, me as a Democrat, I do not believe that it's unreasonable or to show ID just to vote. And I remind everybody that less than a year ago in Wisconsin, they added that to the Constitution by a 63%, passing, to put that in the Constitution that you have to show ID to vote. And they also elected a very, very liberal justice into their Supreme Court. So it's not a radical idea for regular Americans to show your ID to vote. And it's absolutely, those things are not Jim Crow or anything. Of course, that's part of an awful, awful legacy of our nation for so long ago. But where we are now, trying to find a way forward, just trying to call balls and strikes, seeing what's unreasonable, hopefully we don't have to do, and pay the TSA people and everyone, secure our border, and focus on deporting all of those kinds of criminals wherever they are. That's the guy that votes for that and supports that as a Democrat.
He's doing so well. He really is recovering really, really well. He doesn't use that computer screen anymore. He's doing really well, or as much. He's doing really well. I think that we ought to trade Massey for him. What do you think? I mean, wouldn't it be nice if we could do that? If this could be like the major leagues or NFL, and we could just trade players. We could build a pretty good freaking team of moderates. I would get rid of Massey and McConnell in a minute for him. In a minute. Love him. Just absolutely love him. God bless him. I'm surprised they didn't go after him. Oh, well, what are they going to do? Remember when, I apologize all the time for it. Remember when we were going after him mercilessly, saying, what is this? He's not in a suit. He's wearing sweats. They're bending over backwards, But remember, they made him a hero, the Democrats. They made him a hero. So what are they going to do now? Cut off his legs? No, he knows he's untouchable. It's fucking fantastic. Like Ed Koch, liberal with sanity. Yeah, absolutely. He's all right. But I don't know that he is a liberal. I mean, his voting record never was. My concern always for him coming into the Senate was that because of the stroke and the brain, the problem that he was having with his brain, that other people were going to make decisions for him, and those other people were going to be progressives or woke. And apparently his wife would not allow it. And she, he makes his own decisions, and she won't let those freaking nut jobs near him. It's very refreshing. Yeah, I just love them. Text me those names to call. And do we call them all? Yes, we call them all. I will text you. Maybe I can put an attachment in here, maybe. But honestly, if you just call your senators, that's great. Who, of course, you're not going to call Chuck Schumer or what's her name. But Tim Scott, Thune, of course. I mean, just really, so that Thune whips everybody up. I think we should all call McConnell, honestly. And that's easy enough. If you just Google any of them that, and say their office numbers, they all have Washington, D.C. office numbers, and they also have forms that you can fill out online. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see a simple majority on this one, and I think that passes with a simple majority because it's not a budget item. So I think it can pass with a simple majority. So we got to get them all on board. Okay. All right. We're going to share the screen. Did y'all see this? So, oh no, we don't want that. Hold on a second. Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. My computer is deciding to verify me. So investigators find a black glove during hunt for Nancy Guthrie's kidnappers. And the Post was there to see it. So in Tucson. So that last night they thought they had somebody, but they wound up releasing him. He was a delivery guy. And so now they have a black glove, and they're scouring everything. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. I think she's gone. I don't think that. I can't imagine her still being alive. I think that this is a JonBenet Ramsey kind of situation where, this went terribly, terribly wrong. A robbery went wrong. And I don't know about these ransom notes. I think they're all, I think that they're fakes. So, like you and me, a damaged brain is better than no brain at all. That's the truth. That Ed, that's absolutely the truth. I have Seneca Slockin. Oh, call. So what? Call. You know what? If you call and you give them what for, they, 83% of Americans want it. If we show them we want it, they have to do what their constituents want, right? So even if it's not a Republican, let's call them all. I say we should call the Democrats. Screw that. I think she is being hidden. Yeah. Well, oh wait, hold on. Things are moving and I'm losing stuff. I think she's gone, and so are they. Yeah, I agree with that. You think she's being hidden, alive or dead? That's the whole thing. I think she's being hidden too, but I don't think she's alive. I've had a bad feeling about daughter and son-in-law. So many people have. I don't know. I was arguing with Jennifer. Jennifer told me that it was the Tommaso, and I said absolutely no. And then I saw that ring camera picture, and it looked like him. It looked like his eyes because he's got those dark eyes with those long eyelashes. But then the whole family said it wasn't, didn't look like him. So I don't know how tall Tommaso is. But I've always felt that it was somebody that did work for her. Like it was a housekeeper, and it was like a son or like a housekeeper that came over from the cartel, from the Colombian cartel. And then they decided, well, what was really weird, and I don't know. I have to agree with you. Too much time has passed. That Joe is an A1 detective. Joe is a former NYPD. Cousin Joe. Everybody say hi to Cousin Joe and thank him for his service. Thank you for your service, Cousin Joe. The one thing that I forgot, and was all over online, was that Savannah interviewed all of the victims of the Epstein files. Forgot about that, including Virginia Giuffre, who I don't think killed herself either, because that young woman had everything to live for, and all of a sudden she had children and a husband, and she was living in Australia, and all of a sudden she offs herself. She was the one who accused Prince Andrew. So I don't know. Just saying. I think it went wrong. She could never be brought back alive. Either way, they're going to be in trouble. So I think they abandoned the mission. Yeah, I think they're in Mexico. They're out of the country. They crossed the border with her, and then someone said there are checkpoints. So who knows? Well, hi, Colleen. My state adopted voter ID a couple of years ago. Yeah, that's right. That's right. But call other senators and remind them that, states are doing it. Love for Cousin Joe. Look, I like that. There you go. So Joe, maybe you can tell me. I mean, is it because Barney Fife fucked up the beginnings of this, didn't call in the FBI soon enough, that we're so far behind, do you think? Or is this one of those, it was so close to the border kind of situations? I mean, the FBI seems like it's just getting its feet, its legs underneath them just now. Yeah, but I don't know. Could you imagine if it's an illegal from like Colombia? Because they do that in Colombia. They do it in the DR. They do it in Colombia. They do it in Mexico. The cartels, here's a mess. The cartels, that's how they make money, is kidnapping. I mean, they'll kidnap just a regular person and ransom them to their family. And it happens all the time. I mean, it's not like, it happens all the time, and then they return the person unharmed, but you're out $10,000, and you don't even call the cops because you're in another country. So it does happen all the time, and all the time, there are problems. People die. I mean, how many young girls are dead? Mexico, Colombia, DR, right? So it's kind of how they make money. Okay, how's Al doing? Al's doing good. He was supposed to put the link Hold on, I got to see if I can find it. And if I can find it, I got to figure out how to get it here. The picture of the guy by the Nest doorbell looks like a complete amateur, an idiot picking up leaves to put in front of the camera. Yeah, he does. He does. And that would be, to me, that would be like somebody who was like the lookout guy more than anything. I think there was somebody else there. I don't think he was alone. That's my little psychic power. I think it's a family member of the Clintons. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I don't know. All right. Well, I had asked Al. Al has a new song that just dropped, which I wanted him to share with you last night. I don't have the link where I could get it to you. I don't know if Colleen can. Colleen, can you copy and paste the link to Al's song in here? I wonder. Pam Bondi was fabulous today. Oh, I'm glad you said so, BJ. I didn't get a chance to see it, but the Democrats are all raking her over the coals. So, I'm like, I can't even imagine her not being good. She is so super polished. So, but of course the Democrats are the Democrats. They're going to say what they're going to say. Okay. So like I said, Al is doing good. And he dropped a new song. It was a song that he wrote about his life's journey, and it's Christian rock. And it's really good. Colleen's going to drop the link in here for you. Go to YouTube, please, and like it and listen to it. Really, really good. And it'll help him out a lot. I think that this is where he, as he called it the other day, it's his side hustle. And I think you'll enjoy it. So this case will be solved. The feds have the time and money to keep the investigation going to come to a conclusion. On another note, I do pray that they solve this quickly with her alive. Oh, I do too. I wish I didn't feel like, I feel hopeless, but I do feel hopeless about it. Just love how she puts these racial woke Democrats in their place. Yeah, she's a tough woman. I mean, she's again, Chuck Schumer and the Democrats think that women are stupid, but when they come up against a conservative woman, they don't know what to do about it. So they just say she bombed, and we know otherwise. Bondi was raking them. Oh, good. Here is the tweaked video. Please like and share if you are so inclined. Oh, good. That's Al's song, everybody. So click on it. And I'm going to get out of here in a minute. Jim Jordan was happy with her. She was great. I'm glad. I just wish the Republicans would all get together and start, giving the same talking points that the Democrats do. I wish two things. President Trump, if you're listening, please, and Republicans, please, we need to talk to people like they're in the fourth grade. We know that we are very, very smart, but there are a whole bunch of people out there that don't want to pay attention to politics 24/7, right? So I'm not saying that they're not smart. I'm saying that they are otherwise occupied their minds. So if you explain to them that if you want President Trump to finish the job you hired him to do, you have to vote Republican in 2026. You have to come out and vote Republican in 2026, top to bottom. Otherwise, if you don't, and the Democrats vote and get their Congress in for the next 2 years, President Trump won't be able to do anything. And so everything he started will go down the tubes. Okay, so very important. That's number one. Number two, President Trump, I want you to stop giving so much access to the press. 1 hour a day, that's it. And it's only one topic, the topic of the day, not 10 topics. One topic. Yes, we know you do a lot of things in a day. Pick a topic and only handle that topic. And quite frankly, it should just be economy. And once in a while, foreign policy, and then economy. Because a lot of America doesn't give a shit about foreign policy. We know how important it is, but economy. Okay. And forget the social issues. We don't need to talk about social issues. Let the Democrats do that. Okay. And then all the Republicans say the same thing every day. Whatever President Trump says, that's all you say all day. All the Republicans. That's all you say all day long. That's it. And that's your winning recipe for 2026. Colleen, text me the link, please. Okay. Link in comments. Okay. Me too, Colleen. Okay. She was terrific. She wouldn't answer Tubby's question the way he wanted. Oh, I love that. He fell asleep, I heard. Schumer should crawl back in his hole and take the rest of the squad with him. You're absolutely right. Because of the husband being an ex-Clinton employee, maybe the note wanted to trade mommy for hubby. Oh, interesting. I texted to you also. Okay. I love you all. Have a good night. I will see you tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's Thursday. So I'll see you all tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Thanks. Everybody, like and subscribe to Al and click on the link and listen. Thank you.